Okay, so this is the second take because apparently PlayStation recorded the first one. So I'm talking about weapon retirement again, and my opinion overall is the same from the first time, where I don't mind it, but as per usual, Bungie's always like weird, like they can never do things straightforward. There always seems to be like some weird like catch or some bullshit. So essentially, my opinion is that I don't really care about weapon retirement. I am fine with putting away old favorites and finding new ones. I am fine with that. It was always like that in Destiny 1. I understand in Destiny 2 it's completely different because clearly up until this season you get to fuse in whatever the hell you want, whenever you want, and there's no like limitation. So I understand why people are pissed off, right? It's been essentially 3 years of using your favorite gun, and now it's like, oh, well, you can't use it anymore. So you'll notice, so the example I used last time was this Long Shadow. Now you'll see I got this Long Shadow this season, and the power cap is 1360, which is, as I'm assuming, the power cap for the next 3 seasons. I think they said this extends to, right? Now the issue with weapon retirement is that with certain weapons you can regrind them to extend their lifetime, but that's the issue. You have to regrind them. So let's look at this Long Shadow right now. This is the one that has its Forsaken. It's at 1060, which is the current seasonal power cap. Now, if I want to use the Long Shadow again, I'm gonna have to get one either this season or the next season to keep using it, right? Which doesn't sound bad until you realize that, you know, this is random, these are random, this is random, and this is random, right? Now, I'm not saying if I don't have this specific Long Shadow with a masterwork handling snapshot and whatever, I'm not saying like it's unusable. But at least for most people, I think what matters are the main two perks, and maybe either a barrel option or a magazine option, right? For most people, that's what makes it a role unique. And this problem isn't as bad on weapons like this, because Long Shadow is pretty easy to obtain. You just turn in Vanguard tokens, and you get Long Shadow. Raid weapons, on the other hand, are a different story. Now, again, they said raid weapons have a longer lifespan, but as per usual, Bungie's always, never straightforward with their words. Now, I made this mistake last time because I thought for some reason raid weapons had a standard role like in Destiny 1. I haven't played a raid since Destiny 1. I did get Ghost Primus, and that was back in year 1 of this game, of Destiny 2, where everything had a static role, so I just assumed all raid weapons had a static role. But it turns out they don't. They have random rolls. So I don't have any raid weapons, obviously, because I don't raid. But let's take Sacred Providence from Garden Salvation, right? This season, if you have a Sacred Providence, you'll notice the power level is the power cap is the same as my Long Shadow, right? And you're thinking to yourself, well, what the fuck? Bungie said the lifespan of raid weapons will extend past, the seasonal cap or the 3 season thing, right? It said they'll have a longer lifespan. It is, again, yes and no. That Sacred Providence is capped to this season, but if you get another Sacred Providence during this season or the next season, then it'll have a longer lifespan. Essentially, you have to, like with Long Shadow, you have to regrind that weapon to have a longer lifespan. So technically, it doesn't get sunsetted, or it won't get sunsetted as fast. But the issue again arises that you have to get almost, not again, maybe again I might, maybe some people don't really care if they have the exact same role, but you want to get like the same perks at least, right? Or else you wouldn't enjoy the weapon. So that's the problem with that. Again, as per usual, with Bungie isn't straightforward. This shit, I think that's kind of unfair, especially for people like the raid. Because again, that takes at least some time and effort to raid, and again, it's RNG bullshit, and it's not like, at least, go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can't just keep repeating an encounter to get a weapon. If it's like Destiny 1, you have one encounter and you get that reward per week per character, right? So you could, let's say you do the first encounter, you just take a Providence, and then do your second encounter, but if you want to get it again, attempt at it again, you do it on a different character, right? Um, so yeah, I think that's kind of bullshit. Again, overall, I don't mind weapon retirement, but again, the way they implemented it, they should have just, from the get-go, just made it retroactive for people with raid weapons. And again, the idea that I have to refarm some of my weapons, I mean, it isn't the end of the world. I guess for some people that's nice they can refarm it. I personally just find it more annoying than anything. Like, okay, well now I can keep using my Long Shadow, but I'm probably have to get a role that I like, or a role that's similar to the one I like. And knowing Destiny's RNG, sometimes it's not as easy. Um, like I wish I didn't delete it, but I had an Arsenic Bite that actually had Archer's Tempo and Rampage from Forsaken, and I got an exact same one that had the exact same rolls but a different bowstring. And for me, I like more accuracy on my bows instead of less draw time. So that kind of was a deal breaker. Also, I need to make a correction in my other video about the Umbral engram thing, because now I know what exactly you have to do. So if you go to your this little prismatic recaster, um, the one you want to get for the tier 2, I think they're saying it gives around tier 2 powerful rewards, is the armor focusing. Some people, like, I've seen some screenshots of people getting 1030s on their first character. So again, if you know how a light leveling works, you know, you always do it. Your third character is going to be your easiest, your first character is going to be the hardest. So some people already hitting 1030 on their first character is actually pretty significant. That means on the second character they probably hit around 1040 or 1050, and then their third character they probably hit the hard cap. Um, that's about it. It's been a short one. Hopefully this one saves. I don't have to redo this. But yeah, TLDR. Again, I don't really mind weapon retirement. I just think the way they did it's kind of bullshit. It should have been retroactive for people, at least for raid weapons, because you know, again, that takes some time and effort. And random rolls. Raid weapons have random rolls, so that kind of sucks. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching.